Hello everyone and welcome to yet another edition of Maya's Sloppy Kitchen. I'm very happy to present to you these beautiful Oreo cupcakes. There are Oreo cookies in the muffin, there are Oreo cookies in the frosting, they're beautiful and fluffy and glorious and sweet with mascarpone cheese. Look how pretty they are with all of these sprinkles. So if you want to learn how to make them, then please keep on watching. Alright, as usual, we are going to mix the dry ingredients first, and for this beautiful recipe, this is what you are going to need. 240 grams of sifted all-purpose flour. You really have to sift it so as to avoid the lumps. And then we are going to use 200 grams of granulated sugar. This is, as you can see, exactly 1 cup. Next, we are going to use 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons. And let's not forget, just a little bit of salt. I think this is going to be fine. Just a pinch of salt. Whisk, 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 whisk. Woo! Flying all around my kitchen. And set it aside. Alright, and now for the wet ingredients. What you're going to need is milk, and I'm going to use 120 milliliters of whole milk. And you're going to use this as well. And 3 egg whites. Go. After that, use sour cream, and I have 1/2 cup here. This is just regular sour cream, but you can also use Greek yogurt for this. It's going to be even better. Just to finish it off, we are going to need some vanilla. I always eyeball it, so let's see. Maybe 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can never go wrong with vanilla, in my opinion. And give this a whisk. It's going to be a little bit clumpy, but don't worry. Don't despair. We all hate clumps and lumps in our batter, but sometimes it's fine. It's just sour cream. Alright, set it aside and take out your kitchen machine or hand mixer. Alright, it's time to cream the butter, and here I have 170 grams of unsalted butter. It's room temperature, which means that it's not really melting, but if you touch it with your finger, it kind of yields in. Now that this is done, we are going to add the dry ingredients, and I'm just going to close this and add all the dry ingredients. Not all, I'm just going to add 1/2. And let's add the rest of it. So we are going to, actually I'm going to scrape the bowl as I go, because there is a lot of butter and dry ingredients on the sides of my bowl. Okay, now is the time for the wet ingredients, and I'm just going to add it in 2 batches. Okay, batch number 1. This looks very, very nice, but I'm just going to scrape it one more time, making sure there is nothing on the bottom and the sides of my bowl, and it's very nice, looking like wet sand, I would say. All right, now I don't need a mixer anymore. because the only thing that I have to do is, of course, ta-da! Oreos. So here I have 100 grams of Oreo cakes, which I processed in my food processor. So in you go. Let's mix this. I think this looks really, really nice. And now is the time to transfer this into a muffin tray. Using an ice cream scoop, I'm just going to transfer the batter into my muffin cups, and I'm just going to fill it maybe 2/3 so that they don't really rise up. Here we go. And this is going to be fine. Okay, this yielded, well, this batter yielded in more than I need for 12 muffin cups. So let me take my second muffin sheet. Okay, oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and let's bake these for some 20 minutes. Here are my muffins. I think they turned out perfectly, and they are a little bit darker, like golden on the sides, which is perfect. I can't wait to try these. So what I have here is this beautiful mascarpone cheese. I love this cheese. It's absolutely my favorite. And I have half a kilogram here, which is 500 grams. I was planning to use 350 grams, but because I have 17 instead of 12 muffins, I think I'm going to need a bit more. So I'm just going to use everything from the box. And to that, I'm going to add sifted powdered sugar. Please sift it so that there are no lumps on it. And I'm just going to add this to the cheese and fold it. Here I have some whipping cream, and I'm going to whip it so that we get a whipped cream. 250 milliliters. Now that we have some lovely stiff peaks here, it's time to fold the whipping cream into the cheese mixture. So here we have 250 milliliters of whipping cream and 500 grams of mascarpone mixed with 140 grams of powdered sugar. And this is very, very stiff here, but this is very runny. This is what is going to make this cream pipeable. So I'm just going to add little by little. I will not add all the whipping cream into my cheese because I don't want to make it very runny, because it's going to be impossible to pipe it. So I just added like 2 spatulas of it. So I think this is going to be fine, but we are not done yet, because now we have to add the second batch of Oreo crumbs. So in my food processor, I have 120 grams of Oreo, and I'm just going to process it. It's nice and crumbly, and I'm just going to fold this very slowly into the cheese and whipped cream mixture. I think that we have a nice pipeable mixture here, but I can add more of these because I always have some more whipping cream if it becomes too thick. So I think that this is now beautiful. You see, this is the consistency that you want, and I'm just gonna put it in the fridge for 10 minutes until I prepare the piping bag and clean up this mess here. All right, and for the final and the most dreadful and scariest step, we are going to be piping this beautiful filling onto our cupcakes, onto our muffins actually, in order to turn them into beautiful cupcakes. So as you can see, I have 17 of them, which is great, and I'm going to use a silicone piping bag with just like the standard circle attachment, and then I'm going to try and use this one, which is like a closed star, I believe it's called. Alright, so let's transfer the filling into the piping bag with my trusty old €1 ice cream scoop. I'm never ready for this. I'll never be ready for this. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Just going to twist it a little bit. Ta-da! Ta-da! I'm so happy, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy, it's so beautiful. And the best part for the final part is going to be decorating these beautiful cupcakes. Now you can leave them like this. You can take some more Oreos if you have and just put Oreo crumbles, or even if you have mini Oreos, but I really like sprinkles, and the ones that I'm going to use are these ones. These are Dr. Edgar. So this is it, guys. They are beautiful. I think that I am getting better and better every time I make cupcakes. I don't know, you tell me. And I'm just going to refrigerate this because with all the heat and this soft light that I have here, I think that they're going to start melting. In the fridge they go. But this is it, like literally, we are done. Thank you for watching.